Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about just a little, serious subject. I feel as if not a lot of people can tell. Not a lot of people on the outside can tell, and maybe you're having trouble telling, if that makes sense. I wanted to make a more personal video, and I feel as if this can hit everybody because I feel like everyone's been through this. Today I got the notes on my phone. I just wanted to give you guys 5 signs that you are going through depression. I don't really like to use the word depression because, I feel that word could be, sensitive. It can be, depression can mean so many things, but I just wanted to put this out here because I feel as if I went through a couple of things. Actually, in the last week, I've been going through some personal things, and I felt these things have happened to me, and I wanted to give you guys this information just in case, you are a parent and you see your child going through some things or doing these things, or maybe, you've been going through these things, and I just want to let you guys know it's okay, and this is only for the moment. But I just want to, like I said, give you guys 5 different things that you will more than likely do if you are getting into a depression or you're starting to get depressed. And just because you are depressed does not mean you cannot come out of depression. So I'm coming out of it right now. I don't feel as if I was depressed. I feel like I was going through some personal things, but these are things that people do when they are depressed. And if they are depressed, make sure you help them out. Make sure you see these things. You do the best you can to be there for them. And just pay attention to these signs, because you never know. I feel as if people have lost their lives because of depression. People have, they felt like they couldn't take it anymore. There's only so much that a person can take sometimes. So I don't feel as if I was depressed. I feel as if I knew what was going on, but it was putting me in a depression, and I just was not the same. So I just basically, like I said, I'm just going to get right into this video. 5 tips, or not tips, but 5 things that you will do if you are depressed. The first thing that I feel like people do, or shall I say I do, so this can hit you and this can hit someone else, this could not hit you, this cannot, but it's something that I realized I did, and I feel like a lot of people do this. You don't get out of bed, you're always finding a way to be in bed. I feel as if you're always in bed, you're always trying to find a way to be away from everybody. You're not so social, and some people are already like that. They're not social whatsoever, but if someone is usually social, make sure you take notes, make sure you look at them and okay, this person's not being social, they're always in bed. If they're sick, that's one thing, but if they're not sick really and they're just in bed all the time, that's probably a sign of depression. If you're going through that, that is a sign of you becoming depressed. Or you're always in bed, you're always trying to, get extra sleep, you're always exhausted, you're always tired. Look at that, try to figure, if you're a parent and you see this from your child, really, make sure you pay attention to that sign, because usually that's I feel like one of the biggest signs that someone is depressed, or they're probably sick, going through something. But if they're not sick, more than likely they're super depressed, or they've probably been working like crazy and they just they need some sleep. Forgive me, because that's probably the reason too. Don't just assume. This is for if you feel as if someone is depressed or you are depressed. More than likely, if you're always in bed, you're not around people, and you're just trying to get extra sleep for no reason really whatsoever, and you don't really do too much, more than likely that's a sign of depression. I feel like another sign of depression is either eating more or eating less. Like I said, if you're sick or something like that, you probably do that, or, but look at the normal stuff that you do, and then look at if you're going through something and then you catch yourself eating a lot more, or if you catch yourself not eating at all, that's a sign of you're going into depression. I know whenever I feel as if, I don't feel right, if I feel as if I'm going into depression, more than likely I'm eating more. I eat more, I gain weight, I be eating, I be I find any reason to eat. So I'd be oh, I'm thinking about this thing that is so sad. I'm gonna go get me a Happy Meal real quick. I'll be right back. While I'm going through this, I might as well eat away all my problems. That's what ends up happening for me. Some people don't eat at all. So make sure you're eating, because it's not healthy whatsoever. Pay attention to that. If you see someone really eating a lot more than normal or eating a lot less, you know, check on them, make sure they're okay. And if you are the person eating a lot more or eating a lot less, look at your life, look at what you're going through. And if you are really not sick, or you know, you're not on, you know, in your menstrual cycle, or if, you know, look at your normal, and just, if there's something going on in your life and then you catch yourself doing stuff like that, more than likely you are going into depression. So it's gonna be okay, girl or boy, it's gonna be okay. Third thing that I feel like you need to watch out for, or you know, something that happens to people, is, you know, you don't want to do anything. Everything seems like a hassle. You want to look cute, you don't want to go out, you don't want to do nothing. Like, that is a huge sign. Like, if you're a person that usually likes to do stuff and then you just don't feel like doing anything, make sure you take note of that, make sure you realize that, and then try to work on getting out of that. More than likely, the person knows what they're going through, and then they see that they're not doing that stuff. You are going into depression. You are not doing the stuff that you usually do. I feel as if that is a huge sign of depression, because you're not your normal self. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to brush your teeth. You don't want to shower. You don't want to do the normal stuff that you're doing on the daily. Like, that's an issue. And I got you. We gonna feel better, it's okay. The fourth sign that I feel as if you are going into depression, this goes with the third one, but basically you don't enjoy the things you usually enjoy doing. I know when I was not feeling right, now let me tell you something about me. I always watch YouTube. I always go to the gym. I always do these things. Why I stopped watching YouTube? Why I didn't want to watch anything. I didn't like my watch times. I actually looked at that the other day. Like, you know, when I was happy, it was going like up and down, but then when I was going through something, it went down, and it was just down. Like, because I couldn't picture myself, I couldn't motivate myself to pick up the phone and do the stuff I usually do, watch YouTube, or, you know, watch it on my TV. I could not see myself doing it. So even my phone knew, like, hey, you good? Like, because usually I'm on here, you're on here all the time. Like, I was like, oof. When now I'm feeling better, I'm looking at it like, man, like, I was really depressed, or I was really going through something. Like, I need to do better. If you really if you enjoy doing something and all of a sudden you just don't want to do it anymore, or you're not doing it the same way, like, it's one thing to not be in the mood for one day, it's one thing to, you know, not feel like it, but if you see the things that you usually enjoy doing, that you really enjoy, that you would not drop, you do religiously, and then that stops, that means that's a huge sign of depression. That was a huge sign for me. Like, I don't even feel like watching YouTube. Like, who does that? Not me. Like, I'll fight someone before I stop watching YouTube. Like, yeah, I feel like that's a really huge sign. And make sure, like I said, if you're a parent or anybody, a friend, a foe, anybody, make sure you're, you know, looking for your people, looking out for them. You see them doing stuff like that, or even if you know that about yourself, make sure you catch yourself before you fall, because I don't want you falling, you know what I'm saying, out here. Like, and the last thing that I feel like is a main sign of depression, or you're going into a depression, or, you know, you're just feeling down, is your mind is always running. You're not getting enough sleep. You cannot relax. You're always in it. And like, if you're not getting enough sleep at night, if you're not on caffeine or anything like that, really look at why you're not getting enough sleep, and then try to change that habit, or try to, you know, like, look at yourself like, okay, is this because I'm feeling sad? Like, is this because I'm going through something right now? Like, that is a main sign of depression, because you're not getting enough sleep. Therefore, you're always tired, you're always exhausted, which makes you stay in the bed all the time. Going back to number one, you stay in the bed all the time. You're trying to get this extra sleep because you're just not getting enough sleep, because your mind is always running. Pay attention to that sign. And if you pay attention to all those signs, then you know, you can catch yourself before you fall. I feel as if a lot of people have lost their lives. I feel people can't take it, and they just feel like no one's listening, no one's there for them. And that's where I feel you need to be there for yourself before anybody can be there for you. Like, so if you see yourself going in these patterns, about to fall, you feel yourself about to crash, stop, take a minute, pick yourself up, and then, you know, just say to yourself, like, it's okay, this is only for the moment, this is only for the moment, and then you're gonna be you're gonna be just fine. Like, you're gonna be just fine. Like, I just want to give you guys, you know, 5 signs that you know, that you would do or someone would do if they're going into depression. Now, all these signs don't mean that someone is depressed. Maybe they're just going through it for a day. Maybe they're just tired. But if you are depressed, if you see this person doing more than usual of these things and they don't usually do that, definitely look at them and be like, hey, you know, are you going through something? You could talk to me. You need to be there for those people. And if no one is doing that to you and you're going through these things and you're feeling depressed, be there for yourself, or just know that I'm going to be there for you, okay? Like, I wish I could be there for everybody. I wish I could take everybody by the hand, but you know, you need to be there for yourself. When I go through stuff, I sit there and I say, okay, this is only for the moment. I know I'm going through something. I need to pick myself up because nobody else will pick me up. Keep that mentality, and then once you get out of that situation, or once you stand up again and you're feeling better, you're going to really thank yourself and you're going to be stronger than ever. So, you're welcome. If you like videos like this, leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. Don't play with me. And I will see you guys in my next video.